Happy Homebrew Wednesday, everybody. This is SJ Poor from Little Face Brewing. How you all doing? It's been a while. It has been a long while since I did a Homebrew Wednesday video. It's time. It is time to get caught back up, folks. Now, what I'm drinking on right here is a very undercarbonated German Alt Beer, fermented out, not as a German Alt. It's fermented out with my Pac-Man yeast. That's the beer that when Main Brew Guy came down, we had our brew day together. This is the beer that he and I brewed together and we split. So I fermented mine out with a German Alt and Pac-Man. I split it up in half, and he did his, I think, with a steam lager. Can't remember, but I did talk to him and he said his turned out really nice too. This is really nice. This is actually out of a growler that I took over to my cousin's for a poor family reunion that we had. I took 8 growlers of beer, all homebrew, along over. So we turned on a lot of people to homebrew, which is fun to do. Gotta love turning people on to homebrew, right? Turn this down a little bit so that we don't get flagged from Mr. YouTube. Anyways, where are we? I am getting ready to rack my smash beer over to secondary. This is a beer that I put together, and then my brew day kind of went to shit, for lack of a better way of putting it. So this is all English 2-row and my homebrew and hops. But my IBUs, it's really hard to figure out what your IBUs are going to be from homebrew and hops because there's nothing to go by really. So I use the Cascade numbers, which I think Cascade's 5 to 7 alpha acid, somewhere in that general area. So my IBUs are like super low. So the idea was I wanted to do a smash IPA. But I had, my dad actually came down for that brew day, and we got to shooting the shit, and I forgot to put hops in. Long story short, it is not really an IPA, so I'm not quite sure what I'm going to end up doing with this rascal. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to transfer it from the bucket into fermenter for secondary. And we'll give her a taste in between. What do you say? Yep, so we're transferring. Got it moving out of the primary into the secondary, just a 5-gallon batch. Color is really nice. Nice orange. We'll do a gravity reading on this, and ay. Yeah, it's fermented down the whole way. Sheesh. That is never stops where you want it. I'm going to say it's right now it's about 10-10. Yeah, I'll call it a 10-10. So let's take a taste here and see what we got going on. It is a nice color. It's kind of got a boozy nose to it. I'm surprised with that. Boozy and a little bit yeasty. Let's see if the hops did anything at all. Wow. Very little. Interesting. It's all malt for the most part. There's like very little to no hop profile whatsoever. It's tasty though. That's very tasty. I was going to dry hop this, but honestly, I think I'm not. I think I'm going to leave it just like that. But I will do another smash beer. That's interesting because it is very little hop. Very little hop aroma or hop anything to it at all. It's pretty much done. What I did with this one, I actually brewed this back in the beginning of August. So this was brewed 25 days ago. And I'm just now getting around to transferring it from a primary into a secondary. So, my bad, right? There goes kind of some of the talks about leaving it in the primary. I really don't have a problem doing that. As a matter of fact, I got an oatmeal stout, or a stout, just a straight up stout, that I'm going to be transferring over here too as well. And that one was brewed the day before. So, yeah, I don't have a problem letting them sit in the primary for that long. I'm transferring this rascal over into the secondary. It's only going to need a couple days. That's really only to clean it up, make it a little bit more clear. Maybe I'll try and shoot for more of a clear beer for Lamro 22, right? So that's that one. So I'm going to get this one finished up, and then we'll move on to that stout. What do you say? So we moved on to the stout. Now this beer actually has a bit of a story to it, but before we get into it, look at the color of that. That is just beautiful. It's got a real grainy and burnt nose to it. So this was actually a brew day that I did the day before I did the smash beer. And this was a brew in the bag beer. So I'm okay with these brew in the bag beers. I can definitely see the whole deal with that. I did some footage on that day. I'm not going to show it here. I've got a lot of footage over the last couple weeks of different things, but what I cut to the chase on it is I can see where the brew in the bag could make a decent system for somebody. It makes perfect sense to me now. And actually, in doing so, I noticed that there's a couple things that I could do here and there to tweak my system to be a better brew in the bag system. So this is my first go at it. I have the hydrometer over here sitting. Again, this has been sitting in the primary since, well, for about 26 days. So 24 days. So here's a little sample. Beautiful color, just dark. Now this beer should be a sweet stout. So oh, and it is. Oh, that's nice. Very sweet and caramely. Oh, that beer right there might be the reason why I hook up a nitrous system. Oh, yeah. It's really full of body. It's got a little bit of a burnt, just a touch of a burnt smoke, not burnt, coffee. Bit of a coffee smokiness to it. But also, I mean, just a little tiny bit that really offsets the sweetness. Reminds me of Hershey's Special Dark Chocolate. That is really nice. Let's see if I can get a reading. I got a bunch of foam here on the top. Yeah, we're still pretty high. So there's still room to go on this one. It's about 1020. Yeah. So there's a good bit of room to go on this one. It's actually, I would say, about 1022. So hopefully I'm going to pick up some, put my trusty board underneath the primary so that I pick up a little bit of yeast to throw in there. Maybe I can get this thing to come down just a little bit more, but I'm not really worried about that so much. I like the sweetness of this, so this might be a lower ABV, but with a nice bit of sweetness left over. Yeah, sweet. So let's see, what do we have going on? Yes, congratulations to the top 3 in Australia and the top 3 in Europe. They actually came final this past week. So very cool, guys. Congratulations to you all in the Europe section and down in the Aussie section. Congratulations. Me and Gash Lug, we just missed it. He came in 4th and I came in 4th. Tony H took the top spot over in the Europe stage. So we are moving forward with the 2014 SJ Pour Challenge. It is exciting to see how everything is panning out. The United States is in their finals. Canada has started doing their tastings. New Zealand has started doing theirs. So we are literally coming around turn 3 and heading into turn 4, going down that back stretch, and we're real close to the home stretch, baby. I'm digging it. All right, I want to get in here and finish this out while you all enjoy the rest of your Homebrew Wednesday. This is SJ Pour from Face Brewing. Enjoy the fruits of your labor, folks.